Hello everybody. Good evening and a warm welcome to all you lovely people on this Sunday evening. Hello Aryan. Good evening to you too. Okay, I am back with yet another series on our very own favorite world champion Jose Raul Capablanca. Well, we have been seeing so many things about him that it becomes really difficult to kind of end the topic so quickly, right? I know it really hurts me too. It really hurts me too. But what do we do, guys? Yeah, Kappa again, Aryan. So what we are gonna do is today is gonna be the last part of this episode. So it's kind of sad. But what do we do? Everything has to come to an end, right? Yes, he is really handsome, Aryan. I agree. I'm sure you must be very handsome too. Well, so this is your Vijay Lakshmi Subbaraman, the first woman grandmaster of her country and an Arjuna Awardee, live here with you for our third episode on Jose Raul Capablanca. He was the first chess prodigy as far as I am concerned, as far as the whole world is concerned. So no doubts about it and no points on guessing who it is. Yes, Aryan, but I'm sure we'll be able to continue with our official great legends. We have been always going for the unofficial world champions, and we are yet to complete on that series as well. So from tomorrow onwards, it's going to be go back to our own routine. So we saw about his career from his young age when he was a 4-year-old and he learned the game of chess from his father, Jose Maria Capablanca Fernandez, an army officer in in Cuba. He was the first world champion and the only world champion to have ever come from the beautiful country of Cuba. And so what did he do? He was a legend from the day he was probably born. So he was really good in his math. He was fantastic in chess and he picked up chess like a fish out in water. Yes, and he was able to do wonders on the board. His games were always a treat to watch. They were so nice. So he was considered to be the strongest player by the time he was already around 20 years or so. He was considered to be the strongest. But he was not getting a world championship, guys. He was not getting a world championship to play with because Lasker had put in so many conditions and then the world war struck the world and there was no world chess championship. So it was another long wait for Capablanca, and by 1921 he got his chance at the world championship. He was able to win it also. So what are we gonna do? The first thing we are gonna do is see his game from the world championship, and this is the final game, the 14th game of the World Chess Championship at Havana, Cuba, and it was on the day of 20th of April 1921. 20th April is the birth date of Garry Kasparov, guys. Ring any bells? Okay, so this is the game and we will be seeing that here. Capablanca is already leading the championship. He was probably had won the tournament already, or he was extremely close to winning the tournament. So knight of 3, knight c6, bb5, knight of 6. I'm not going to give it away. So castles d6, d4, bd7. Not the most popular variation, but nevertheless, a world championship is a world championship, guys. And anything you play in there is supposed to be very special. So knight c3, bishop e7, bishop into c6, bishop into c6, queen d3, ed4, knight into d4, bishop d7, bishop g5, castles. Black is having the benefit of 2 bishops, but of course white has good piece play and a lot of space. So rook a e1, h6, bishop h4, knight h7, bishop e7, queen e7. Capablanca decides to go for bishop knight versus 2 knights, and this bishop, guys, this bishop is really good. You will see how and why. Knight d5, queen d8, c4, rook e8. Development, development, development. Anyone at the top always does this. f4, c6, of course weakening of the d6 pawn, but then what do you do, guys? You need to kick the knight out. Knight c3, queen b6, the queen is out. b3, rook a, d8. You can see in the last couple of moves, black has tried to consolidate his position to a very great extent, and probably black is already okay here, guys. So king h1, knight f6, h3, bishop c8, rook d1, rook e7, rook f1, rook d e8. A very thematic way of playing, guys. Fantastic idea done by Capablanca. You can see the way, the last few moves, oh my god, starting from here you can see the beautiful way in which he has played. Here probably Lasker just didn't understand what was happening, because you can see here very clearly how beautifully black has managed to bring in all his pieces and put in a lot of pressure on the e4 pawn. What else can Lasker do, guys? So here you can see rook e2, queen a5, rook f1. Very unsuspecting of what Capablanca wants to do. He thought that okay, maybe he wants to play on the queen side, but no. Zoom. It's like, you know, it's like a car went zoom. That's what it was, guys. King g1, a6. Suddenly you can see that he is able to play on both the sides. He wants to, sometimes he can play b5, sometimes he can play c5, kicking the knight on d4. And he doesn't want his opponent's knight to come on to b5. Yes, 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 that is the idea. Rook ff2, queen g6, and yet again another pressure on the d5, on the e4, and now e4, d5. Well, what can I say? Rook f3, queen h5 again, f5. Queen h4, seeing what his opponent is trying to do and playing his moves accordingly, guys. That is what Kappa does best. And here, under a lot of pressure, and probably because of fatigue, it's a world championship, and Capablanca was a young guy of, you know, he was hardly 23, 24. So what do I say? Like, he was in an amazing, sorry, he was at 33, he was 33 here at this point of time, and he was at the prime of his health, and Lasker not so young anymore. But nevertheless, it is world championship, guys, and he makes a huge mistake with king h2. And Capablanca, known for his fast moves and his fast understanding of the position and tactics, played knight g4, bang, king h1, knight e5, and here it's already winning, guys. Queen d2, knight f3, knight f3, queen f6. The position is far from over, guys, because the two knights are not going to give it up easily, and this bishop is going to have some problem coming out. And let's see what he does here. a4, g6, f into g6, f into g6, rook e3. And here I really like this very cute looking little move. Bishop f5. Queen d3, g5, still putting in a lot of pressure. Knight d2, bishop g6, and you can see that the bishop is out, and now it is just a matter of time before we get our world champion ready. ab5, ab5, rook a8, and the position opens up for the rook as well. Queen b1, queen e5, queen e1, king h7, bc6, bc6, queen g3. After this, it's a very sad day for Lasker fans. But then he was probably the longest world champion, existing world champion, if I remember correctly, because I think he held on to his title for 26 years, guys. 26 years. Amazing. That's what I can say. Amazing. That's the only thing that is possible to say. And here you can see that there is a lot of problems here for white. King h2, rook b7, and suddenly you can see that this knight is also going to be in a lot of problems. c5, dc5, knight c4, giving up a pawn to get some kind of play. Now, rook a1, knight e5, rook c1. The idea is very simple. To play rook b3, trying to exchange, and this pawn, there's no way to stop this pawn, guys. h4, rook e7, knight into c6, rook e6, knight d8, gh4. Rook d3, rook f6, rook d7 check, rook, king h8. And here, king h3, bishop into e4 with the idea of playing bishop here. And here, Lasker decides to give it up for Capablanca, and Capablanca becomes the third official world champion of chess in the year 1921. On April 20th, 1921, he becomes the third world champion, guys. Jose Raul Capablanca of Cuba becomes official world champion. Wow, what an amazing feat. What an amazing feat, guys. That's what I can say, nothing more. And with this, we will be seeing some more games. One more game I wanted to show. You know, I wanted to say, as I had promised, now we will be looking at the romances of this great man. Well, he was married initially after the World Championship. He was married, but then unfortunately it didn't last long. It didn't last long, and well, not a very happy married life, I would say. But he had a boy and a girl, and what do I say? Not a very happy married life initially. So he didn't officially divorce his wife, because he thought he's never going to fall in love again. But guys, there was a Russian princess by the name of Olga. Yes, her name is Olga. And what do I tell, guys? She was this amazingly beautiful woman with whom he fell in love. And what can you say? What can you say when a person falls in love, guys? There's nothing that can be done. And he said, yes, she is the woman of his dreams. And what did he do? Oh my God, he went to such a real extent to go and marry her. Initially, she was not very keen on the wedding, but then he was very insistent. And she was a Russian princess, and he used to wait outside her house and, you know, sing some beautiful poems and stuff like that. And when she said, yes, I would like to also marry you, he said, yes, now I have the intention of playing for my world championship again. And he wanted to play chess all over again. What do I say, guys? Love is beautiful. Love is beautiful, guys. That's what this is all about. So then what happens? He goes on, and till his death, he was married to Olga. Yes, he was married to Olga, and he stayed with her. Her full name was Olga Shagodaev, or I don't know, how do you pronounce it? That's what they say. So this was in the year 1934, but in 1938 he married her, and he stayed married with her for the rest of his life. What an amazing, beautiful love story, guys. That's what it is. That's what it is. And it was, you know, an amazing love story at that point of time. You know, they were a very, very strange couple. They didn't try to go for this diamond brooches as wedding gifts. Instead, they went on a long drive. They drove all across Europe. So that was their wedding gift, which they decided to gift each other. What a beautiful love story, guys. What a beautiful love story. And she, in fact, wrote a lot of story about him post his death. She recorded a lot of stories about him after his death, and they are a pretty interesting read, guys. Please go and check it out in the internet. They are amazing stuff, trust me. Like beautiful stuff which, you know, melts your heart. Yes. I know. What do I say? So before we go for the final game of the day, that is between, there was, you know, apart from the romance, one more thing which was very, very famous was, yes, the scores between Capablanca and Alekhine. Yes, both of them extremely strong people, extremely strong grandmasters, extremely strong players. And what more do I say? They had some intense rivalry on the board that was going on. And Alekhine, who is just 4 years younger to Capablanca, was also picking up very strongly. And you know, he was an extremely strong player, and his Opening preparations were considered to be one of the best at that point of time. And the problem was Capablanca didn't believe in preparing openings, and probably that was the reason why he lost out on the 1927 World Championship, guys. Yes, yes, yes. You know that World Championship was an amazing one at that. And the funniest part was, until then, Ali Kane had never lost a single game to Capablanca. So, I'm sorry, Ali Kane had never won a single game against Capablanca. It was always Capablanca who used to win against Ali Kane. And we will be seeing one of his game that he played in this was in the year 1913, guys. So this was played in St. Petersburg in 1913, and this game is an amazing game, guys. D45, C4, C6, E3, NF6, NF3, E6. Capablanca is white, and he plays the Queen's Gambit decline variation, and here he doesn't play the Knight C3. Instead, he plays the Knight BD2. In fact, he played this variation so successfully that, you know, even today I play a lot of this Knight BD2 setup, and it is an amazing setup if you understand the ideas. So Bishop D3, Bishop E7, castles, castles, Queen C2, DC4, Knight C4, C5. Very thematic and the most practical approach. CD4, ED4, and B6. White is playing with an isolated pawn, yes, yes, but then nevertheless has a lot of initiative with the pieces. And here you can see that Knight G5, G6, yes, Knight GF3. This move I really liked. Yes, yes, Aryan, you're absolutely right. Oh my God, did I miss out? Did I? Yes, that was Capablanca with his wife Olga. This was his wife, and we can see the love between these two people, and so beautiful their love was. I'm sure it will be a nice read if you all can, you know, go to Google and check it out, because I don't want to, you know, it kind of makes me very emotional. When I read the story, I felt very emotional. I'm sure I don't want to spoil it for any one of you. So guys, so let's continue on with this game here. I am sorry. Yes, so this move here, Knight G5, has a very sweet threat here of attacking the H6 pawn, and here of attacking the H7 pawn, and here if H6 is being played, you know, this kind of becomes a nuisance many a times, with this bishop going back and then retaining the queen to C2 and putting in a lot of pressure on H7. This is very thematic as well in this kind of positions. So Ali Kane decides to go for G6, which is the idea of playing Knight G5, because after Knight G5 the idea was to provoke either G6 or H6. So after G6 the work of Knight G5 is done, so he gets back, and Bishop G5, Knight BD5, Rook A C1, going for the open file. Yes, that's the most important thing that needs to be done. Hello Kaustubh, how are you doing? So Rook A C1, Bishop D7 was done, Queen D2, Knight G8. Hello Kaustubh, Queen into E7 was done. So Bishop E4, you can see this combination of knight, bishop and the rook is amazing in this position, guys. Like you can see that here he's already put in a lot of pressure on black. So Bishop B5, Rook Fe1, Queen D6, and here the knight is so very strong, so strong that white decides to give up the bishop. Of course, here if Queen into D5, then we get Rook on C7, and it is a lot of problem, guys. And that's the reason he goes for E into D5, deciding, okay, doesn't matter with E into D. COB3. I'm sorry, Kaustubh, what is COB3? COB3. I'm not sure what it is. Kaustubh, can you write it more elaborately so that I will understand it? Okay, in the meantime, let's see this game. So here Queen A5. Again, this is something which I really liked in this position, guys. Hello, Professor Raman. Welcome back. So here after queen a5, the idea is very simple. With the idea is to play rook c7. Try to make your positions much better, guys. Okay, Kaustubh, no, I'm sorry, I didn't see comedians on board 3. Kaustubh, I'm so sorry, I missed it out. I was like not too well yesterday, so a6, queen c7, queen into c7, rook into c7, and already you can see the rook on the 7th rank is amazing, guys. 2 knights against these two. I'm fine, thank you, Professor Raman. How are you doing? h6, so rook into b7, rook a c8, and after b3, rook c2, a4, bishop e2. Already white is 1 pawn up. And in this position, I really like this move, guys. I really like this move. A very subtle move, but at the same time giving in a lot of pressure to his opponent. Knight h4. The idea is very simple. Yes, Kaustubh. That's why I didn't stream yesterday. I was not too well, so I couldn't stream yesterday. I felt bad. Is the boss. Yes, Aryan, I agree. I'm absolutely fine, Kaustubh. I'm looking fine, I suppose so. I am fine. Thank you so much for asking in any case. So h5 was played, and here this knight at g6. Actually, this threat was hidden, guys. You know, knight at g6 is actually not clearly visible. Of course, Ali Khan must have seen it, but then what does he do? He says, okay, let me at least try to develop my knight. So knight h5 was played, knight at g6, rook e8. Now the threat is here. So rook into f7, king h6, and f4. Who play? f4. So a5, knight h4, and the idea is very simple, guys. A pretty mate with knight f5. If on rook b2, I just played knight f5, and that's a beautiful checkmate. And if you see in the last 2 sessions also, most of the games, wherever Capablanca checkmated his opponent, it was always with his minor pieces, guys. It is amazing, guys. So rook into e5 was played, f into e5. Already you can see that white is 3 pawns and an exchanger. King g5, g3, and I really like the hand ending. You're very happy. Very nice, Professor Raman. I'm so happy that you're happy too. Yes. Now, Kaustubh, just wait till the end, because you will find another amazing checkmate here. Here, what does he do? He plays king g4, rook g7 check, king h3, and the beauty. No, Kaustubh, I don't play Title Tuesday. I am right now more concerned about my own videos. So I'm trying to at least complete one series. So of course, Capablancas would be over today, and I would like to get back to my old gems of the great games of the great chess legends. You know, that is what I miss, because whenever I see those games, it gives me immense happiness. So all I'm trying to do here is to share that happiness with all you guys. I mean, really speaking, from the bottom of my heart, I feel so happy seeing all these games. Yes, Professor Raman, as I told you, I was not well, so I couldn't come. But I'm here today. So knight g2, amazing, guys, and there's no way to stop this checkmate. No way to stop this checkmate. Such a brilliant mate. And why did I show this game, guys? Why did I show this game? Because, you know, they were considered bitter rivals, you know, on the board, after board. I don't know, they had not very cordial relations, but even, although they were not the best of the friends. On when Capablanca played, Ali Khan had only nice words to say about him. That was a kind of respect that they had for each other. From 1921 to 1927, he had the world championship on his hands, and in 1927 he had to give it up for Alexander Alekhine, another great chess legend, guys. I mean, These people are, they are like, the foundation stones on whom we are actually standing right now. And it is such an honor to be showing these people game. Yes, 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 it is such an honor. Okay, so I don't want to get all crying or emotional kind of stuff. So I'm so happy that we are seeing Kappa's games today. And we have extended his birthday celebrations till today. I'm so happy that we could, I know, I wish we could go on forever. But nevertheless, let's all wish him a wonderful happy birthday wherever he is, in whichever galaxy or world or God or wherever he is. I'd like to wish him a very, very, very wonderful birthday to our very own Jose Raul Capablanca. On this occasion, I am not gonna be talking about his death and stuff like that. I really can't. It really pains me a lot. But what am I going to be talking about? We will see this one more time. These images, amazing images, guys. Yes, this was Kappa. Thank you, Professor Raman. No, I'm sorry, guys, like I've already extended. I want to show a 20-minute video every day, but then unfortunately I keep talking so much and it goes on and on. So this is when he was 4 years old. This is, I don't know how old he was, but he's extremely handsome in this. And what does he say? Yes, amazing concentration on the board, guys. Yes. And you may learn much more from a game you lose than from a game you win. So you will have to lose hundreds of games before becoming a good player. This is something really important, guys, for us all to remember, because many times we always keep wondering, why am I losing? Yeah, why am I losing? We always lose to learn so much. So that's what this is all about. And this is, of course, the legendary game between Alexander Alekhine and Jose Raul. This is probably the first times, probably 1913 or so when they played, guys. And this is, of course, the genius and the princess. This is the genius and the princess that was there, guys. He was called the king, guys. And do you know why? Because he always considers himself the king on the chessboard. And one more time, please remember, you should really acquire knowledge of the 3 phases of the game. That is the opening, middle and end game. So do not pay excessive study to one part of the game. Don't make too much of efforts. Don't put in too much of efforts either only for the opening or for the middle game or for the end game. Put in equal effort for all the 3 phases of the game, because that is very important. Because in the opening, development must be sought and the pieces placed in a natural position where they will maintain the maximum of usefulness. In the middle game, the pieces should not be transferred to places from which they cannot easily return to another part of the field. In the end game, time saving is the essence of the play. Oh my God, what unimaginable words these were. These are the words that we need to remember, guys, because whenever possible, these are the points that you need to probably, if it's possible, take a printout and get it stick it on your bedroom or something where you can see it as often as you can. Yes, so thank you so much, all you lovely people, for joining me today. So I will be doing my Great Chess Legends series back from tomorrow at 9 p.m. So that's about it about Jose Raul Capablanca. There is so much more to talk about him, but that we will do when we are going on the Great Legends series, because then I won't have anything to say, guys. So that's the reason I'm going to save something for that period. Right now, so this is your Vijay Lakshmi signing off. What is happening here? Title Tuesday, okay, I will, maybe in future, Kaustuba, I will see, because I'm kind of really tied up with a lot of things. And so I will see if I find some time in between. I will definitely try to make it on all the things that you're saying. Yes, thank you so much, V, for wishing us as the strongest couple of India. I'm not sure if we are, but thank you so much. Yes, he is a grandmaster, Professor Raman. You are absolutely right. But he has his own channel and he does his own shows. I like to do my own channel, and I like to do all my shows alone. So that's you know, that's how it is, guys. So thank you so much, Aryan. Yes, you have been such a darling. You have been here throughout, helping me out on the show from the beginning. So bye bye, guys. Thank you so much, and let's all wish Capablanca a very happy birthday, and OP to Capablanca. And no, Aryan, don't. Yeah, I feel very bad too. But let's all say a big OSM. You know, in Tamil we call it as Opodu. You know, for Capablanca, I'm going to say Opodu. That's what it is. No, let's celebrate Capablanca. That's what the show is all about, guys. Let us all celebrate Capablanca for what he is. The first genius, the first chess prodigy, and the greatest, one of the greatest world chess champions of all times. In all sports, I would say. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye. Love you all. I will see you all tomorrow on our regular Great Chess Legends series. See you all tomorrow at 9 p.m. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. I have met Judith Polgar, Kaustubh. I have met Judith Polgar. But we will talk about it tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. And good night. Have a wonderful week ahead, guys. Thank you so much. This is your Vijay Lakshmi Subbaraman signing off. Bye-bye. Jai Hind.